Have you ever looked at a self-made millionaire and just wondered, how on earth did they do that? You're not alone. Well, according to the legendary author Brian Tracy, it's not some kind of magic, and it's definitely not just luck. It's actually a set of secrets. Secrets that anyone can learn. And in this explainer, we're going to distill the 21 most powerful ones that can really set you on the path to financial freedom.
This sentence right here, this is the foundation for absolutely everything we're about to talk about. Just think about it for a second. Every major achievement in your own life, it wasn't an accident, was it? No, it was the result of something you did. Tracy says that building wealth works the exact same way, and it's all guided by one simple, unbreakable law of the universe.
You know, this idea is a total game changer. It means that success isn't just for a lucky few. It's a skill you can actually learn. The world, the marketplace, it doesn't play favorites. If you put in the same causes, the same habits, the same actions as successful people, you will get their effects. It's a law, just like gravity. It's that reliable.
All right, so before you can even think about building wealth, you've got to build the right mindset first. The journey to becoming a self-made millionaire, well, it doesn't start in your bank account. Nope, it starts right up here, between your ears.
Okay, I want you to let this one really sink in. Seriously, Brian Tracy argues that the single biggest thing holding us back is this little voice that says other successful people are somehow better or smarter than we are. And he says that is just not true. Most self-made millionaires, they started out as totally ordinary people who just learned and applied the right principles over and over again.
And this is where it gets really fun. Let yourself dream for a second. If you knew with 100% certainty that you could not fail, what would you go for? What would you do? This isn't just daydreaming. This is the starting point. That clear vision is what fires up your creativity and gives you the energy to make it happen.
So how do you take that big, amazing dream and turn it into something real? Well, Tracy gives us this super practical 7-step formula. Now, the magic isn't in any one of these steps, it's in the whole process. See, when you write it down, it becomes tangible. When you set a deadline, you create urgency. And then you take that first little step, and then you do something else the next day and the next. That's how you build unstoppable momentum. You're turning a wish into a project.
This one is a huge mental shift. It doesn't matter who signs your paycheck. From now on, you are the president of You Incorporated. You are 100% responsible for everything. Your career, your money, your results. No more excuses, no more blaming. You are in charge. You're the CEO of your own life.
Okay, so you've got that millionaire mindset locked in. Now let's talk about building the action framework. This is all about how you translate that powerful inner game into real, tangible results, day in and day out. This is such a critical idea. Your outer world, your results, your income, it's always just a mirror of your inner world of skill and preparation. So the path forward is actually pretty simple. You have to commit to becoming excellent at what you do. Aim to be in the top 10%. And remember, every single person who's in that top 10% started at the bottom. The path is open for you too.
So what does it take, really? I mean, in terms of pure effort. When they studied self-made millionaires, they found a very specific number. On average, they work 59 hours a week. Yeah, 59. They get a reputation for being the first one in, working harder, and staying later. There's really no shortcut here. They just take a lot of action.
And here's the little formula they use to think about it. The first 40 hours you work each week, that's just for survival. It pays the bills. But every single hour you work over 40, that's an investment in your future. That's an investment in your success. It's how you pull away from the pack.
But all that hard work has to be pointed in the right direction, right? And that's why leaders are always learners. The path to the top is paved with learning every single day. Just 1 hour of reading a day means you could finish 50 books in a year. You can turn your car into a university on wheels with audio programs, lifelong learning. It's just not optional if you want to be the best.
All right, now let's talk about putting your success on autopilot. We're diving into the world of unstoppable habits. These are the disciplines that, once you forge them, they create and sustain their own momentum, making your financial success pretty much inevitable.
This habit right here is arguably the most important financial discipline of all time. Pay it yourself first. What does that mean? It means before you pay your rent, before you pay any bills, the very first bill you pay is to your future self. Set it up so that at least 10% of every single paycheck gets saved automatically.
This one habit, this one single act of discipline, practiced over a lifetime, that is what builds fortunes.
So here's a really important difference in how people think. Unsuccessful people tend to do what's easy, what's fun, what feels good in the moment. But successful people, they make a habit of doing the hard, necessary things that other people avoid. See, their focus isn't on the pleasing method, it's on the pleasing result that comes later.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. It's maybe the most important quality of all. It's the one thing that holds everything else together. It's your ability to pass the persistence test, especially when things get tough.
Wow, what a powerful way to look at things. The biggest obstacle to success isn't failing, it's the fear of failing. Self-made millionaires get this. They understand that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a critical part of the process. It's just a stepping stone on the path.
You've probably heard this famous line from the Apollo 13 mission. Well, this is the attitude you have to adopt. You commit so completely, so absolutely to your goals that you just refuse to even consider failure as a possible outcome. You just decide it's not an option.
And here we are at the ultimate secret weapon, persistence. It's that iron quality of character. It's the one thing that will carry you further than talent, further than a high IQ, further than a fancy degree. The key is to decide, right here, right now, before the next obstacle even shows up, that you will simply never, ever, ever give up. So let's end with a question that you can use today. Life is always testing us, right? And so often, our biggest challenges, our biggest setbacks actually contain our most valuable lessons. So the next time you're up against a wall, instead of seeing it as a roadblock, just ask yourself this: what is this trying to teach me? Because finding that lesson, that's the key that unlocks your next level of success.